What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. I know I say that in every video, but you have no idea how much it means to me that somebody is actually willing and wanting to watch something that I create. So it really does make me feel good. So I appreciate you. In today's video, we are going to be doing a fall inspired makeup look. This is going to be all affordable makeup from the drugstore. Couple pieces that you can't get at the drugstore, like ColourPop, I don't believe is sold at Walmart or Target, but you can get it at Ulta. Haley's Beauty, I ordered from their website. All very, very affordable pieces. So I had stopped at Starbucks this morning, got a pumpkin cream cold brew, like your basic white girl, and that kind of inspired my look for today. So if you're interested, just stay watching and go ahead and click the like button down below, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment too. Let me know if this is something you like and if you're interested in seeing more of, because I would definitely do that for you. I enjoy making these types of videos. So you can also follow me over on Instagram. My Instagram name is Kali, Kali _ME_beauty. And I have a lot more content over there. I'm going to be posting a lot more makeup videos, and I always am posting pictures of outfits and things like that. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this fall inspired makeup look, then just keep watching. All right, so we're going to start off with the eyes today. I am doing kind of a darker look on my eyes, so I like to start out with my eyes when I'm doing that, just in case there's any fallout. We don't have to clean up the face. So I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. little quad. It's called the Bite Size Eyeshadow in Berry Bad. I think it's like $3 or $5 from Walmart. It's super cheap, so go on and get you one. They have all different colors. So we're going to start out with just a big blending brush. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. It came in, I believe, my Soft Glam palette. So just using the big fluffy end here, we're going to go ahead and dip into this lightest shade. And we're just going to work that into the crease. Kind of windshield wiper swirly motions till you get the desired shade that you're looking for. And kind of bring it out and up towards the brow bone. All right, and then I'm just going to flip the brush over and use kind of a smaller eyeshadow brush and dip into the darkest shade in the palette. It's really pretty, like berry maroon color. And I'm just going to stamp that on the outer corner to start off with. That way, just laying the product down first before I'm actually even blending it out. And that's where I want the most color, is on that outer edge. So again, just kind of stamping that on. And then flipping back over to the other side, I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the edges so it's nice and seamless. Using a very light hand. And I don't prime my eyelids. I don't find that it's ever actually helped my makeup or my eyeshadow stay on any better, so I just don't. And then I'm going to take a flat top eyeshadow brush, and we're going to dip into this really pretty like bronzy shade in the palette. And I'm gonna spray my brush with a little bit of setting spray. You can just use water. And anytime you're using a glitter or a shimmer, it's always best to wet the brush because it makes it go on so much more pigmented and also helps it to stay. Just kind of like patting that on in the inner corner and gradually going out towards the edge. You can always go back in with that same brush if you want to add a little bit more darkness on the outer edge. And kind of blend the two together. All right, and then that is the eyeshadow. Just very pretty, bronzy, fall-like. And we'll come back to the eyes, but we'll just jump to the face real quick. So I am going to be using the Haley's Beauty primer. It's a really nice primer. Very inexpensive. If you guys haven't bought anything from Haley's Beauty, I highly, highly recommend it. Their products are really, really good and very affordable. I don't think that they're sold in store, but I ordered right off their website and got it really fast. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I had gotten a bundle. It was the primer, foundation, makeup sponge, and a setting powder. Don't remember exactly how much it was, but it was very inexpensive. So for foundation, we're going to be using the Haley's Beauty foundation. This is in the color 4.3. It's a liquid luminous finish foundation. Just so you know, I don't self-tan my face. I only self-tan my body. So if my makeup appears to be going on a little bit dark, that is because my face is lighter than my body. So once we get concealer and everything on, it'll all blend out just fine. All right, now that we have the foundation all blended out, we're gonna go in with concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer 16-hour wear. I believe this is $6. You can get it at Walmart, Target, any drugstore, I believe. This is a really, really nice concealer. It is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape that everybody loves that I don't love. I find Tarte Shape Tape very drying on my under eyes and makes me appear crepey, and I don't like that. This is in the color Medium Sand. And I'm just going to take that same sponge and just blend that out. A tip for your concealer too, if you want it to give you more coverage, let it sit for a second and dry down a little bit, and then use really, really light tapping motions. So I always blend out this part of my face first, and then the under eyes I let kind of sit for a second, and it's going to give you way better coverage. and then just lightly tapping. Sometimes if you tap too hard, you're just basically wiping away all the product. All right, now that we have our concealer and foundation on, we need to go in and set the concealer. So I'm using the Wet n Wild contour palette in the shade Dolce, what's it called? Dolce de Leche. Is that how you say it? I'm probably butchering that. But it has a nice yellow shade for under your eyes or setting your concealer, and then a really nice contour shade. So I'm just picking up a MAC 116S brush. Kind of looks like this, just a nice little flat dome brush. I'm gonna go in with that yellow shade and set the under eyes. This is nice because it's really brightening. I'm not a huge fan of super light under eyes. I just think it looks unnatural, but I do like them to be a little bit brighter. And this sets it really nice. I actually wore this same makeup look, I believe it was yesterday. And honest to God, it stayed on so well. And I think it's because of that Haley's Beauty primer. It stayed on so well. Like, I had a mask on and off, and my makeup was not budging. Next up, we're going to go into the Physicians Formula palette. This has 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, and 2 highlights in it. Not a huge fan of this palette, you guys, but it'll do. I'm not a huge fan of the butter bronzer. I love the way that it smells, but it's kind of chalky. I've used much better bronzers in my lifetime. So just putting this on my cheeks to kind of warm up the skin. Hitting this 5 head of mine. Now the whole thing with bronzing and contouring is to make that area appear smaller, right? That's why we put it in our cheeks, to create a shadow. If you have a small forehead, you do not need to bronze the forehead. I think that's a misconception that everyone feels like they have to, but really you don't. Running under the jaw here. And then I'll usually just take what's left over on the brush and kind of hit my nose, because if you don't put anything on your nose, your little nose gets lost in your face. And then we'll go in with a blush brush. This is just a Real Techniques flat top kabuki brush. It's actually for foundation, but I enjoy it for blush. And I'm just dipping into both colors in the palette. And gonna hit the tops of the cheekbones right above where we put that bronzer. Keeping everything nice and high on the cheeks. It's gonna lift your face. Run it over your nose, give you a little sun-kissed look. All right, and then moving on to the highlight in the palette, I'm just going to dip into both shades with another Real Techniques brush, just a little fluffer. I'm going to just dip into both shades, hit the high points of the cheek, and bring it onto the apples just slightly so that when you are facing forward, you can see it. I like to hit above the top of the eyebrow. Anywhere the sun would naturally hit you. So the tip of the nose, down the bridge of the nose, the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin. You can also take a little brush. I just flicked that one on the ground. Just take like a little eyeshadow brush and dip in and hit the inner corners of the eye as well. You can also hit underneath the brow bone if you'd like. All right, and then we'll go in and finish off the eyes. So I'm going to go back into that same palette, and I'm going to take a angled brush. This is a Real Techniques, just a little flat angled brush. I'm going to dip into that darkest shade, and we're just going to hit under the lashes on the bottom. And I'm just going to flip my brush over. This is a dual-ended brush, and it's got a big fluffy brush on here. I'm just going to dip into the lightest shade and the darkest shade on this brush, and I'm just going to smoke this out. Kind of connect it with the top. You don't have to make this face I'm making. But you can if you want. Maybe it helps you put your makeup on better. I don't know. Then we're going to go into mascara. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara in the color black. I do enjoy this. I like the wand. It's very long and skinny, like myself. And we're just going to apply this to the lower lashes. I do enjoy this. I like the wand because it's small, so it doesn't get all over my face. I mean, it still will because it's hard for me to do bottom lashes, but not as bad as when I use like a big fat wand. And then I have eyelash extensions, so obviously at this point you would put your mascara on or your falsies. I'm just going to hit my lashes because they've seen better days. I need to go get a fill, so we're just going to hit these extensions, even though typically I would not put mascara on my eyelash extensions. All right, and then we will move on to eyebrows. I have my eyebrows microbladed, so they don't need a ton of work, but they could definitely be darkened a little bit. I am a hairstylist. I don't trade my hair. I color my hair quite often, and right now with my hair being dark, my eyebrows are just a tad bit light. And this is the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Not exactly sure the shade on it, but I believe it is ash brown. And then we will set our brows with the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Gel. This is just a clear setting gel for the eyebrows. I always recommend, if you're going to fill in your eyebrows with a pencil, powder, pomade, anything, I do recommend setting them so that they don't move on you throughout the day. Been there, done that, had half an eyebrow. Done that many times actually, where I'm like, oh, half my eyebrow's missing. Isn't that cute? So All right, and then last but not least is lips. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the color Lay Down the Mobs. This is just a really nice creamy lip liner. I really enjoy it for lining and filling in. And then we're just gonna top that with a little bit of gloss. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, the hyaluronic acid one. I had posted this on my Instagram and told you guys to go get it. It is so amazing. It's so pigmented and so shiny. I really love it. It's not sticky. Works really good. They have tons of different shades. This is in the color Reef. It's just like a really pretty pink. And then lastly, we'll go ahead and set our face. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Spray. This is just gonna make your makeup last all day long. And there you have it, a nice fall-inspired makeup look.